Welcome everybody. Still a couple minutes early. I got a few things on the agenda for today. We've been working on this for those that have just popped in. Hey there, you made it, Sherry. I hope you get to stay, but I appreciate it. Welcome. That's my sis, everybody. She's a fabulous artist. You should have seen her last painting on a circle canvas, a round canvas. It was fabulous. But don't try and follow her. She's not interested in socializing. No, I don't know. Talk to her, find out. Welcome. So this is our Atlantis Under the Sea Treasure Box that we've been working on forever. And the next step for this lid is resin. Welcome. No, that's true, Sherry. I'm not just being kind. And then when they open it up, this is also what I've worked on with you guys. They have a seascape from the outside. And then when they put it together, of course it'll be hinged, so it'll be together, but it has kind of a flow. I'll put this back over here. Oh, before I do, I wanted to say something. Look at these. These are those food cover things or shower caps, whatever. And it's the large size. And it fits this 11. These are the things you think about as an artist, right? When you're not painting, it really does fit. Let me move that box. Anyway, it fits this 8 by 11 box. So it would fit other ones too, but they have smaller. And it did it so easy this morning. So, hold on a second. There it is. Now I got it. And it's like, why, you say? Because I can paint with, if I was doing this box again, but anyway, you straighten it out a little bit. But you can handle it like with wet gloves and you've got your goop on your hands and everything. And you don't have to worry about messing up the back that's already been done. So isn't that a cool idea? I mean, and they're so cheap. They come in a big old box that's upside down. At least I could do is show you the right picture. Anyway, and then you can paint around in there, like using the unicorn spit. I always grab the sides of the box to move it, but this is already done. So anyway, I was excited about that, to share that. Things like that. So let's get started on this, and I'm going to start again with some unicorn spit and some acrylic gel. Definitely, I know it froze up on me again too, Sherry, because I can't bail. So have a beautiful day if I don't see you again. Love you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this impasto gel. I'm gonna get some gel and a stick. I'm just gonna put a amount like that. I'll break it up. I always, I'm not a neat painter, I'm a messy painter, so it's good if I separate my gel because otherwise it'll all have the same colors all together instead of taking it and separating it and blending the colors by themselves like you're supposed to. So I just go ahead and make separate little chunks on my palette. And one of those is going to be the pigments. I wish it had this. I believe it's one of these. It's called Unicorn Art. And these are really intense pigments. So they're very cool. Welcome. Oh, you didn't bail. Hey, Sincerely Shelby's whatever. Hi. Welcome. Well, that's cool. Hang in there. So I'm just going to take another little stick and put some of that dry pigment on my palette into one of those little gel spots. And I picked the smallest gel spot. And what I do is I start with a little bit of gel on my pigment powders, and then I continue to add more gel. So I'm just going to take a big brush and start putting it down. Make sure my orientation is correct. It is not. That's the back of the box. Okay. That's the front of the box. Oh, I've done that so many times, you'd think you'd learn. Because, you know, when they open the box, if it was all painted, yeah, it'd be wrong. So I just want some texture and some shine on this rock that I've got going. I want an underground sea again. So I'm just tapping it along, just this one rock. Got to focus back, listen to the music and the waves crashing. This is the one I know for sure dries clear, so I'm going to make sure I use some of that as well. It's from Open. I love this. I love this. But Open for me is still expensive, even though, but it's good. So it's kind of like middle of the road, I think. So get what you pay for sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't really matter depending on what you're using. Okay, I'm going back to making a little bit of coral, so with the neons, and that will help as well. Plus it's fun to hit it with a black light and make those colors pop. So I'll just have a couple mix of the Deco Art acrylic, and all of this will be covered by resin, so it's gonna last. And just squirt some on my little plate. And really pretty much I'm just playing with colors in gel, and I will most of the time start out doing coral or whatever it is, and then in a minute I'm totally not doing coral, it's turned into something else. But I really like that and being able to paint like that. So it just gives me freedom to play, and it's important to me in my art journey. So this is really bright, so I want to put it somewhere close to the front, just kind of like following the same of that, kind of bringing it, tying it back in together. I don't want it identical, but I want some of those features in it. So I'm just tapping along some at the edge of your brush, just dipped in a couple different acrylic paints, colors, and you just tap, it becomes its own little coral, amazingly. Now I'm going to tap back into that green right underneath of it and give me a little bit more shadow and texture. And just play in your paints. Just spend time messing around with it. And when you're not doing that, you can always go to YouTube, and if you're, you know, new, and I still do. I've been painting for 30 years. And I'm like, what? You can do that? It's just amazing. And so take advantage of the YouTube platform. Check out other artists, and like I know that people aren't familiar with the unicorn spit. A lot of people just have never heard of it. And I always say, you know, what they say, it's a gel stain. It has no acrylic polymer in it. Well, I saw an artist the other day, and he had a tube of acrylic, and he broke it down into 3 parts. The acrylic paint that we used is made with the pigment, then the binder, which is acrylic polymer, which the unicorn spit doesn't have, okay? There's no glue in that. And then the vehicle, which is water for acrylics. And I found that so interesting because now when I look at a product, I can also break it down into what's the chemicals that built that product and what it's going to mix with well, you know, and how to clean up afterwards. But it was neat. Thanks for all the likes, Sharon. You guys, I appreciate you. Let's put a pretty blue in here, like a kind of like a shell shape. Maybe it's a plant, but maybe it's just a shell shape. Who knows? This is the fun part. You just hang out and play in your paint. This purple is pretty, and we've got purple in the top here. So that might work. And that's unicorn spit. So let's dig out some unicorn spit purple, and we'll mix that in too. I think it's Purple Hill Majesty. You can use this as a paint or a stain. You can paint it on jeans, clothing, or wood, metal, glass, anything. You just have to seal it as you would a watercolor or gouache. And I always spray seal mine first. Even if I'm going to resin over the top of it, I always give it a spritz with the Minwax polyurethane, really lightly misted the first time. Then wait about 15 minutes because you just barely misted it. Then spray it again, not really, but just spray it again. And then go ahead and resin over it. And if you're not gonna resin, then wait like a day and then spray it well. And it's a perfect seal for the unicorn spit, just in case you're curious. So, but today, unicorn spit is gonna become an acrylic. I'm just gonna use that color as I mix this gel into it, because it is all binder. That's what that is, that acrylic gel. So you can mix your powders into your gel, your acrylic gel. You can mix your liquids into your acrylic gel. And it all has now a binder, and it's gonna hang on really well. It also helps it move around in cool ways. And you can build it up and give it texture and height from your canvas, whatever you're working on. So I'm going to put some of that purple, and then I want just a light periwinkle colored as well. And I'll just mix it in a little bit together on some of the brush. It's like some, but not all. And I'm just going to push it. I'm just trying to figure out where I want it. I think I'll take it right up here. And I'm just going to push it in and pull it back. I missed my purple. Okay, that didn't work. So it's going to become something else, because right now it's just like, what is that? What is that? But I don't want to give up yet, because I really like what happens when that does work. So let me find a different brush, I guess. That one's really soft, makeupy brush. So let me go to my go-tos. There's one. Let's see what happens when I put it with a square, almost a square. Do the same thing, a double dip. Better. I guess it's because of the gel that I'm just not getting the same reaction as normal. That's all right. Just adding some colors and making it like a humongous shell looking thing eventually. Mudita, welcome. Hey, I'm so glad you came in. Brown Moth, welcome. Thanks, guys. I sent some invites out. I appreciate you guys. And I know everything's busy right now because of the whole, Thanksgiving. So I appreciate just a second to reconnect This is my Art Tribe family. You know what's funny today? This is totally random, but okay, so just bringing down different streaks of color of that blue and purple, kind of giving a fluted thing. There may be something down here, like a mermaid. I don't know. I'm just putting in colors that I like. Oh, what can I say? But I was thinking today that as an artist, your brain continues to create. Mine does. It may not be smart things or good things, but it still creates constantly, right? Hold on a second. And you want to stay in that happy place. You want to stay in that creative space. But I realized that my brain does that even like in regular life. Like I have, if I'm feeling down, this is stupid, but if I'm feeling down, I have like these happy socks. And they're bright, colorful socks. And whenever I look at them on my feet, I'm like, it makes me happy, you know? So, and then I have like this in my head. It's a power belt. Now, I'm not bizarre, I'm not crazy, you guys, but the belt itself has a Leo the lion, you know, head on it, and as a matter of fact, I'm wearing my power belt right now, but you know, it's equal to, I know it's crazy, but it's equal to a man's power tie, the red power tie, you know, it just walks in, he has that authority. Well, it's just like that. You create whether you know it or not, you know, and like Sherry, her house is a creation. She just does decorating and everything is organized. She's also a great artist, but she likes to present her house to herself as a painting, I think, because it's all perfectly balanced. It's amazing. So I think it's part of her creative spirit is what I'm trying to say, and that we have that all the time. And today, when I was putting my hair up, I think I had like a nest with a butterfly coming out of it. Can you see that? Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. This has been, you know, a crazy year. Not easy. Oh, that's pretty. It's just become sand. That purple. I would like to put some dark sand down here. I think that would be pretty. Real sand. Go back to a brush and then just start tapping along where I want some more dark. I want kind of a ledge. And then maybe we can put a critter under the ledge. That would be cool. I don't want to, you know, feel like I want to hurry and finish this box, but I do want to hurry and finish this box. So I'm trying to stop myself from doing that. It's not about finishing, it's about enjoying the journey, and I have to remind myself of that. So like this, as if this wasn't enough color already, okay? I'm going to throw some mustard in there. It's kind of like the yellow ochre with a little bit less green, but I've got my green over here in my pigment powder. So I'm just lightening up the dark that I just put down. I'm bringing that mustard over the top of it. All right, let me show you what I got so far. It seems like I have a ledge. These are the times where the painting will just let me know what it's supposed to do. I'm praying. Anyway, but it's got a ledge it's sitting on right. I'll put some more coral right over here. But I'm going to go a little higher and a little darker. It's going to be one colorful little box, and it doesn't really matter when you think of it, because if they're using it for a keepsake box or a treasure box, that's going to be covered with their stuff. But like I painted one for my cousin, and she doesn't put anything in it. She just has it open and displayed. That was sweet. So you never know what they're going to do with it. So just paint it. Make it pretty everywhere. I think I just covered my swoosh. Didn't want to do that. I'm dipping back into that real dark green, but it's got some highlights of iridescent in there. So I'm mixing it a little bit with the orange, which sounds disgusting, but it's turning out pretty cool. Let me show you in a sec. But it's right around by my swoosh, so concerning. Really want to highlight this ledge, I think. I'm kind of liking it. So I'm going to highlight that with some mustard and some white. Throw a little bit of gel in there. And I've already got some green on there from the dry pigments, so that's just happening. Just bring it down a little bit farther than it was. And then maybe it becomes a little cave of sorts. A happy little cave. Gonna go Bob Ross on you guys. Hold on. I wish I could use my palette knife in here for this rock. Let me tell you what. They need to make a palette knife. I'm just putting some zeateal into some acrylic gel. So it has a binder now. It has the acrylic in it. And tapping it down into my dirt right by that area. So just making a little opening somehow. Everything that seems is, to me, is just layers. Do little layers at a time. Work here, work there. I love that. You can get lost and just go down so many different rabbit trails on your painting, can you not? I just love it. I really don't want it to interfere with the swoosh on the box. I wanted to tie it together with that time portal swoosh. But I'm not sure it's gonna work. We'll have to find out later. Stay tuned. It can be very mystical down here. I mean, it is Atlantis, after all. Just add some more mustard, some more greens, a little more life, a little more color. Don't try and make sense of it, folks. But you can tell me what you see in there if you see something. So it might be interesting. Alright guys, well I have kept you long enough on a busy Thanksgiving. So I'm going to go ahead and bail, but thank you so much for stopping in.